First video of the new school year. It's exciting stuff. So planning ahead, this is the quiz, or at least this is the practice sheet for the quiz that you guys will take Wednesday, right? Should be easy. Hopefully you paid attention in class Monday. Maybe you learned something Tuesday. I don't know, but it should be easier than it was on day one. This is basic stuff. So, I mean, this is the stuff that you ought to know how to do already. So it shouldn't be a challenge. If it is, work on it. That's why we do this. All right, so solve for x. Always simplify any fractions as worth 3 points apiece. We're going to do the opposite of subtraction, which is addition. So 3x is now 11 because 8 plus 3 is 11. We're going to divide that 3 out. We're going to have 11 thirds, 11 over 3. Number 2, first thing that pops into my mind is called the distributive property. You turn this laptop so maybe you can actually see me. Twice a 5x is a 10x. Twice a negative 4 is a negative 8. And it only goes to these two terms. It's not on the other side of equality. So we still got a 12 on the right-hand side. Now we jump that 8 over. 12 plus 8 is 20. Divide by 10, we get a 2. X is 2. Moving on to 3. I am going to put my x's over here and my numbers over here. All right, so negative 8 was on the left. Negative 21 changes sign. 9x was on the right. Negative 5x moves to the right, changes sign, and then combine like terms. Negative 8 and 21 makes what, 13? So next line is 13 equal to 4x because 9 minus 5 is 4. Divide out that 4, and x is 13 over 4. Some kids will write 4 over 13. If you're dividing by 4, it's always in the denominator. Number 4, we're going to counteract addition with subtraction first. 4/5 of x is now equal to what, 6? Now to clear up this fraction, I'm going to multiply both sides by a 5. 5's cancel on the left. So 4x is now equal to 30. Then I'm going to divide out my 4. And I'd have 30 over 4, which I reduce. 30 and 4, both even numbers, both divisible by 2, so 15 halves. Final answer. And you got 5, 6, and 7, the distributive properties. Twice a 5x is a 10x squared, because we have to go here. And don't be the kid who forgets about here. 2x times negative 8 minus 16x. Here we do what we call the FOIL method. Jesus would FOIL. X times x is x squared. X times a negative 2 minus 2x. We're done with distributing the x. We move on to the 6. Plus 6x minus 12. Then we combine like terms, these two things in the middle. This becomes x squared plus 4x minus 12. Moving on to 7. Again, we're going to FOIL this one. First, outer, inner, last. I'm sure Garner yelled that at you a couple times. 4x times 3x, 12x to the second. 4x times 5 plus 20x. Negative 3 times 3x minus 9x. Negative 3 times 5 minus 15. Combine your like terms. 12x squared plus 11x minus 15. Moving on to the basic function notation, which will func with your little heads. Number 8, f of 3. To find f of 3, notice how the x has been replaced with a 3. Take a 3 and put it right there. It is the result, or the calculation, of 5 3's take away a 6, which is 15 take away a 6, which is what, 9? 9 sounds reasonable. It's 9. F of negative 1, take a negative 1, put it right there. 5 times a negative 1, easy enough, minus a 6. This becomes negative 5 minus a 6, which is negative 11. Easy peasy. 10 and then bonuses on this one. Find the slope between the two given points, negative 2, 3, and 9, and negative 8. It's also known as average rate of change. I really need to rewrite that wording. I need to be saying average rate of change between these 2 points. So the formula for slope, or average rate of change, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But you already know that because you did it in 7th grade. That's this many fingers. If you got a label x1, y1, x2, y2. Some kids have to do it, although they never do it. The kids that need to do that never freaking do it. Anyways, we have negative 8 minus 3 because we're doing y2 minus y1 over 9 minus a negative 2. A negative 8 take away 3 is negative 11. 9 minus negative 2 is positive 11. This ends up being negative 1. So we have an average rate of change of negative 1 units, which means as we move to the right, we fall 1 unit. Bonus question is worth 2 piece, 2 points apiece. Given f of x equals x squared minus 5, find the average rate of change over the following interval. We're going to use function notation on this. Average rate of change, better known as ARC, is f of b minus f of a over b minus a. This is a, this is b. So I got to find f of b and f of a. So I'm going to find f of 2 first by plugging in a 2. That's 2 squared minus 5, which is negative 1. And I'm going to find f of negative 2 by plugging in a negative 2. That's a negative 2 squared and then minus 5, which turns out to be negative 1. All right, so I get to put a negative 1 here, I get to put a negative 1 here. So my average rate of change is negative 1 minus a negative 1 over 2 minus a negative 2. This ends up being 0 over 4, which is 0. No slope. Remember that? 0 slope. It's not no slope. Yeah, it is. It's no slope. All right, solve for x. 6x minus 5 times 3x minus 15. You just take a finger and you cover up a factor. 6x minus 5 is equal to 0, or 3x minus 15 is equal to 0. You just get two equations out of it. They're both linear. We're going to add 5. 6x is 5. Divide by 6, 5/6. Or we're going to add 15. 3x is 15, x is 5. You have two answers. All right. Then some factoring. Factoring is the reverse of FOIL. What we FOILed in 6 and 7. Remember 6 and 7? You were given something that was factored, and you decided what it was in what we call standard form. So it takes a 7x and an x to create this 7x squared. Now I need to think about factors of 8 so that when I FOIL, because I am guessing and checking with the FOIL, I get this back. And that's how we factor. We guess and check. The check part is where you FOIL. All right? You guess and you FOIL. So factors 8 that pop into my head are 4 and 2 all day long. Does that work? Well, the outside, 4 times 7, is 28x, and the inside is 2x. And you'll notice your goal here is to create a plus 26x. So you need this 28 to be positive and this 2 to be negative. And that is how she factors. That's it. I hope your quiz on Wednesday goes better than the quiz you took on Monday. I really do. I really, really do. Good luck with it, kids.